Okay, and here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. I have got lots of apologies to make. I really should have been on and done these videos, but forgive me, the common cold can affect us all, even a cold, the flu. But try and get over it now. So, we're talking about the takeover, which actually happened. In my preview to KAMBOSOS versus TEOFEMO Lopez, I said that I wasn't a fan of the way Lopez had moved from a guy that I really liked. Let me make sure that my sound is up here. I know I'm sure my sound is okay, but let me just double check to make sure that my sound is there. I don't be talking. Okay, great, good. So, boxing 24/7. Good to see you in the room. I didn't like the way my views changed so severely about Lopez. You know, this is a guy, it was like the Lomachenko thing was pushed in our face, as I said before, over and over and over again. I admit Lomachenko's a good fighter, but I didn't think he was the greatest fighter in the world. I certainly think he was pound for pound number one at the time. And there were guys like Usyk that were around and others that were performing and doing things, Terence Crawford as well, that I felt that deserved more praise, but neither here nor there. I think the Crawford thing now is now he's beating Sean Porter. That's another statement there about the level of opposition that Crawford's facing. He's now beating Sean Porter. That people can't say that Porter's a bum. Anyway, so this situation here, TEOFEMO Lopez. So I said he'd become from, like, he was the guy that relieved us of Lomachenko, or relieved me of Lomachenko. And then from that, when I looked at the fight, I looked at the situation, I thought, well, the way TEOFEMO Lopez was behaving, his attitude, this could be a case study. This whole fight, this whole breakdown, this whole fight, this is why I call it one of the best fights of the year. Because it's not so much the fight itself, but it's so much you can learn from it. From the impact of his father in his career, the way that they disrespected KAMBOSOS, said that his trainer was an MMA trainer, said that he wasn't big enough. Now, that's rubbish, because let me tell you something. I'll give you another case study here. You can look at yourself. Shane Mosley was a lightweight, and he moved from lightweight up to De La Hoya welterweight, and he beat the brakes of Oscar De La Hoya. From lightweight, jumped 2 divisions to fight the dead WBC. I think it was WBC welterweight champion. Prime Oscar De La Hoya, hard punching left hooker, dazzling combinations, the golden boy himself. 2 divisions he stepped up. So I don't know where Lopez was going with KAMBOSOS being so small. There was a lot of things that I didn't understand. His dad was talking rubbish about how they believed that they could beat, he was the only guy around that could beat Canelo. Like, on what planet? There's just a lot of things that didn't make sense. They talk about just unified, going up and fighting Josh Taylor. What nonsense were they talking as well? All just pure rubbish. And you knew he was just not focused. And when I heard what KAMBOSOS was saying, and he was telling Lopez home truths about his camp, about how he's changed, about the differences in his character, all the things you get to being a champion, and you start switching and making changes. Any young fighter should look at this fight. And I even made a statement about Lopez. Maybe people could quote me on this. When I said, I don't think Lopez is that good. Because if Lomachenko, I said it, in the last 3 to 4 rounds of that fight, well, Lomachenko actually pushed Lopez back. He didn't quite know what to do. And then it went back to a sparring session I saw him have against, I think it was Tank. sure it was Tank. And he was doing what he was doing. And then as soon as Tank started putting it on him, he started, no. And I remembered that. I thought, you know what? To me, and this might be a big statement here, Lopez comes across to me like a flat track bully. It's okay when it goes his way, and he can block. He went out there in the first round to try and blow KAMBOSOS out of there, like the takeover. And what happened? He went out there trying to finish the job off early. What happened? He got dropped, put on his ass. So, I mean, we have to look at people for what they are. I never thought Lopez was that great. I just didn't. I just thought he was in the right place, the right time, and he beat Lomachenko. But I didn't think he was that good. And I didn't think he would last. I'm sure I made a statement about Lopez. And I think we have to take a little step back and stop giving these people plaudits that they don't deserve. Yeah, he beat Lomachenko. Okay. But he never took the rematch to solidify that. And in his first defense, what did he do? It's a character, and champions come over a period of time. A period of time. Now, you talk about moving up in weight. Well, let me ask you this question, Mr. Lopez. You're going to move up in weight. Are you moving up in weight with your dad? Because if you move up in weight with your dad's going to get you knocked spark out. You're going to get knocked spark out, I'm telling you, if you move up in weight. Because, like, first of all, you were getting pushed. You got dropped by a guy that was a smaller guy. You got dropped by. You got backed up by Lomachenko. Okay? You're going to move up in weight. And you're going to try and tackle Josh Taylor. And you think Josh Taylor's going to let you just come out and swing him like a gunslinger, and he's going to just stand there and let you do that? Huh? You deal with some serious hombres now. And guys will punch you back in your mouth and don't care about the fact that you won undisputed. You've made yourself look like a complete and utter clown. A one-hit wonder. That's what it is now. The wonder is whether you're going to actually be able to come back and redeem yourself. But I think for you to redeem yourself and to put yourself right, you need to get rid of your old man. Actually, get rid of him. He's terrible. You need to get rid of your old man. You know, you can keep him. Just don't have him involved in boxing. He's just a disaster. Absolute disaster. And he's influencing you. And he's not a good influence on you. But you are in the zone. And, you know, it's that arrogance that is just... So, in terms of what the best fights of the year, this is a fight I will sit back and watch over and over and over again and laugh at. Actually, I don't, laugh at someone's despise or not despise. Laugh at someone's downfall. It's never great. But when they are an absolute clown, an absolute idiot, right? They say pride comes before a fall. When you see that sort of happening, and you fly in the face of wisdom, and you fly in the face of boxing gods, you will get found out and you will get exposed. And I'm so proud of George KAMBOSOS, and his team. So proud of them because they kept some abuse. His dad got a lot of abuse. I mean, to be fair, KAMBOSOS took some big shots. I think KAMBOSOS proved more in his fight against Lopez than Lopez proved against Lomachenko. Because the sort of firepower that he came under in that first round, the viciousness in them punches, any other man probably would have went down. Well, let's put it this way. I would like to see Devin Haney. He might not get caught with them shots. But the combination of punch that were put together to make him walk back to the corner on stanky legs, that combination right there. See, let me just say this. I'm not overly impressed. And I said this with Uncle Bashir a few days ago. I'm not overly impressed with the Fab Four. I'm not. Garcia, one. I think he's okay, but he's not. He's no king. Two, Haney. He's okay. Again, you saw him got wobbled in recently a fight. And I'm not saying that, but the way he got wobbled in a guy who's meant to be defensively brilliant. What's the name? I can't remember the name, gentleman. They put the 4-punch combination on him, and I'm thinking to myself, this guy here, nah. You wouldn't see. Have you ever seen anybody go to Mayweather, put a 4-punch combination of Mayweather and show him back to the corner? I mean, that's the sort of stuff that shows you that a guy like Haney he's another guy that's okay, but I'm not too hot on Haney. I'm not too hot on Garcia. I was never hot on Lopez. Now we'll talk about Tank Davis. Explosive, can punch, but he has shown in fights he can be outboxed and he can be it's not the word pacified, but he can be outboxed, he can be calmed. Do you understand? Before, unless somebody puts a rocket up his ass, he can be outboxed. It's shown he can be outboxed. And then you've got Shakur Stevenson. Interesting. I like the way Shakur's going about his business. A bit more quiet, and I like the way he's going about his business. But all these guys, they all are. To me, they're all that. I still see them as all contenders with belts, because it's the substance you're looking for. You're looking for the substance. You were looking for that guy to perform over and over and over again to say, "Yep, you're elite," or "Yep, you're definitely a king." But I've got too many question marks about these guys. Too many question marks. Garcia fights with his chin up in the air, like a giraffe looking to get knocked over. Devin Haney's shown he's vulnerable around the chin area. So I don't know. So this whole Lopez thing is it's not an upset. It's not an upset because it can never be an upset when you don't rate somebody that highly. You know what I mean? Good to see you. It's never an upset when you don't rate these people highly. It's when you believe the hype and you actually listen to you see, a lot of these people that are analysts, they're working for the broadcaster. They have to stick to a certain script, right? And a lot of these media people now, they're all vying for positions and places and to be the first, but not to be the best. And with all of that, and everyone's competing to be the best broadcaster and have the best fighters and all this stuff, just forgetting the fundamentals. Can these guys actually box? Are these guys actually solid? Like mentally? Like I like Shakur Stevenson. I think he's got Andre Ward around him, so that's a good mentor to have around you. Good solid mentor there. You've got Tank Davis. He's got Alabi, and he's got what's his name, Mayweather around him. He's got that, and he's got a good setup there as well. But Lopez, I don't know what the hell's going on with him. And you've seen this with his father. And then you look at the other guy, not Haley. I just forgot the guy's name. That's the guy's name. Anyway, but that's it. The takeover got taken over, and it was one of the most hilarious things to watch. Absolutely hilarious. So let's go through what people are saying. I've got a few videos I need to get through, so I'm going to just keep popping them through. Okay. TEOFEMO had himself 11-2 up. Yep. That's the arrogance. Absolute arrogance. Shout out to KAMBOSOS made me a lot of money. He win Undisputed 2. Best boxing channel on the tube. I appreciate it, mate. I appreciate it. Because I tell you, these fights can go any way. I said that, Lopez could go out and smash the crap out of KAMBOSOS, but the way he was behaving, the way he was acting, I was like, this don't look too right here. He got beat up so bad he thought he was in the ring for 13 rounds. Oh, don't. Please, you make it. Don't, stop it, don't. Now people have excuses saying Teo not better than Floyd according to Senior. Oh my God. Loma made him quit in rematch. I don't know if he'll make him quit in rematch. I think Lomachenko's got the power for that. And Lomachenko will be still cautious about getting tagged with something big. You've got to understand what the kryptonite of Lomachenko is. And kryptonite of Lomachenko is a guy that's going to get up on his chest, that's not going to give him space and room to do that matrix trap, stand on his toes and fight on his chest. Those are the type of guys he don't like. Or guys that are very heavy-handed and will take it to him. You know? You can stand and look at Lomachenko like this all night long. Yeah, Lomachenko looks like bloody the Matrix. But he hasn't dealt with that Salido problem yet. Because it came back and visited him in the fight with Lopez. He wasn't good beating Loma at all. It was a fluke. Everybody hopped on his nuts immediately because they hate Loma, not because Teo's great. Yeah, that's my point. I did say this. Teo is not great. He's never been great. But isn't a hate for Lomachenko. I won't go as far as a hate for Lomachenko. But what I will say to you is that, or what I found, it was that Lomachenko was just being forced down people's throats when there was other people that could contend for that pound for pound place. Like I say, Canelo, Crawford, Usyk. But the three guys there already. I mean, and they were fighting, as far as I'm concerned, on a better level than Lomachenko, who hadn't even won an undisputed belt. So I don't know how he was pound for pound, but anyway. Senior was visibly drunk in that post-fight interview with Radio Raheem. Well, Garcia would be dangerous fight for KAMBOSOS. Nah, I don't think so. KAMBOSOS will knock Garcia out. KAMBOSOS will knock Garcia out. I'm telling you. Garcia fights with his chin up in the air, and KAMBOSOS can punch. KAMBOSOS, don't underestimate, KAMBOSOS is more solid than Lopez. He's more solid than Lopez. You've seen the heart that guy has got, and you've seen the chin he's got on him as well, right? And he can dig down and he can box. So no, I think he'll knock Garcia out. Garcia's got his chin in the air, he fights like this. Nah, Garcia ain't going to go nowhere near KAMBOSOS. He's going to go nowhere near KAMBOSOS. His left hook would land at will, yeah? His chin is up in the air throwing that left hook. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. No, I don't agree with that one. Easy let Vinda. Yes, Stefan, good to see you. I'm all right, champ. I'm all right. So yeah, that's it. But this fight is a fight that if I were managing fighters, this fight right here would be something that I'd be showing them. I'd be saying, look, this is what happens when you get too big for your boots. This is what happens when you disrespect opponents. This is what happens when you don't come into in the right shape. This is what happens when you've got bad advice. You know, this is what happens when, and there's so many of this is what happens when. This is what happens when you come in a fight with no game plan. You try to have as Kell Brook says, and that is something I've definitely got to talk about. A car park brawl. Yeah, we're going to talk about that as well. Oh, man, it's been a funny week for boxing. Shaka's mentor, Bud, good position. Have one of the best in the corner, absolutely. Dave Lane, good to see you in the room. Tank versus KAMBOSOS is a fight to make. That is one hell of a fight to make. Let's see how Tank gets past this Pitbull guy. Because that Pitbull guy is that guy looks like he could be a handful and a half. Does this win make KAMBOSOS better Aussie best fighter than Costa Zoo? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Kosusu's a bad man. You see what he did to Zab Judah? Kosusu's a bad. You've got Kosusu, Jeff Harding. I don't know. I don't know if he's the greatest Australian fighter of all time. I don't know. Because Kosusu's not actually Australian, is he? Isn't he? He's not naturally Australian, is he? I could be wrong. And if I am, let me know. I can tell you're doing night feeds. No, I've had the seriously. I've had the cold, so it's been a bit rough. Isaac Cruz not on tank level at all. See, this is where this stuff. I have to be careful. It's not about being on person's level. Stars make fights. This guy Cruz comes in. He comes in, and he comes to have a fight. And you know, Tank has knocked guys out, right? But you've got to look at his last two fights. Okay, the last two fights Tank's had. Yes, he's won by knockout. The last fight he had, he came from behind. And before he knocked out Santa Cruz started touching. So I don't really want to hear this stuff about levels above, because he's not levels above. Because when you're levels above, you don't get touched up the way he was getting touched up, right? In that fight where Mayweather had to get off his damn ass to tell him, bro, you need to show me something. That's not levels above, my friend. That's not levels above. That's not levels above and having to come from behind. That's not levels above. Levels above is when you're destroying the opposition. That's levels above. This is not levels above. So I don't. This is the thing. This is when you start making comments like that and you're not actually looking at the fights, and that's what a lot of these boxing journalists get caught up in. Levels above. But what did he do in his last two fights? Well, in the last two fights, he did win by knockout. Yeah. But he's come from behind in both fights. Santa Cruz started getting on top of him and definitely threw the uppercut, which was instinctive. That uppercut was instinctive. It wasn't planned. That was an instinctive shot. If you look at the way Santa Cruz was touching him, he was actually getting to take. And then instinctively threw the uppercut. That shot was a shot. It was like bang uppercut. It was instinctive. That's like, how do I describe it? If a guy, I don't know, if I'm boxing and a guy hits me here, I'm instinctively going to do that. I'll instinctively do that. And he throws a jab, throws a jab, I might go out with a jab, and I'll do that, and then pop my own jab back. That's instinctive. That's instinctive thing. Or a jab, right hand down the pipe. It's instinctive. So, difference between planning a shot and it being instinctive. So I don't want to get caught up in that. You can get caught up in it because you'll get upset every week. But I don't. This levels above business. I'm just not getting carried away with it. Hi Ingrid, it's been a while. Congratulations, bro. It's always been a while. Great show, Ingram. Remember before the fight, you were so hyped? Yeah, I was. Hope you're well and keep the great work. Thank you. It's nice to get the encouragement. Jake Paul to beat Tommy Fury in points 4-1. That's big odds. I think Jake Paul's going to beat Tommy Fury. Actually, I do. I actually don't think Tommy Fury's got that great punch resistance, but I want to be proven wrong. Please, Tommy, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong that you have that. What I saw you do against that midget, I'm sorry. That if you can't get rid of a midget, now you're fighting a guy that's genuinely a big guy. That's got a good right hand on him. He couldn't get rid of his sparring partner. Should have gone to America and knocked that sparring partner out. That's when you make a statement. But you didn't do well against that sparring partner. You didn't do well at all. So that's my thoughts on that one. I'm going to do the Lyndon Arthur Yard thing in a moment. I've got loads of videos to get through, so I'll kind of come back and do them. Tank should be fighting better opposition. He's getting lots of credit for Cruz, in my opinion, where we should be expecting better. I swear you sound so much like Ruben Guerrero. It's unbelievable. That uppercut was clean as hell from Tank. It was, but it's instinctive though. That's a shot you do in the pads. A shot you do in the pads. But it's instinctive the way. The way Kid Gallagher dropped the other day, my gosh. Yeah, but that's expected. If you box like that, you're gonna get knocked out like that. You back straight up with your chin in the air, you're gonna get knocked out. Come on. Apparently Jake has no VADA. Tommy could potentially be getting sparked. Yeah. I'm telling you, Tommy Fury could get knocked out here. I'm telling you right now, he'd get knocked out. I would not be surprised. Me, Jake Paul's a favourite for me in this one. He's a favourite. I mean, look at Jake Paul's last fight, and look at who Jake Paul fought last night. And you look at who Tommy Fury fought last fight. Tommy Fury's saying, "Oh well, yeah, you know, he only fought an MMA fighter, a former world champion MMA fighter who could punch." Let me know if you think Tommy Fury could beat Tyron Woodley based on what Tommy Fury did against the sparring partner. That's the thing. Yeah, chin was in the air. I said he boxed. Hands down, chin in the air, looking to get clapped. So, and that's stuff you get taught in amateur boxing. So, there's no surprise there. No surprise. And I've said it before and I've said it again. The Matchroom stable, for the most part, is very overrated. Very overrated. I don't understand how people... They don't rate the fighters. They rate the promoter. And somehow they think the promoter's going to fight for them. But unfortunately, when it comes down to it, the fighters have to fight, and they're just not that good. And that's what it is. I've told you about Matchroom for ages, but it's all coming to it's all coming home. It's all coming home. I'm just waiting for Eddie to tie it all up and run into the distance again, disappear for a few years. How do you feel about Eubanks Jr.'s current situation? I don't know, but I'll come to you on that one. Barry boxing like body's the only target. Yeah. That's how they talk the spar, isn't it? Body sparring. Anyway, let me get out of this one because I've got some other videos I need to get done as soon as possible. So I'll be back, and the next video I'll be talking about is Professor AJ strikes again. So I'll be back. Thanks for watching, and do tune in. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Got to bang all these videos out because I've been slack on the job. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments as always. Check out the playlist. See how I'm doing with Manchester United, and check out the coaching I've been doing with some young boys and girls as well. Let's check that all out.